ladies. I'm Nikki, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is General Hospital Edition. All right, guys, let's jump right into this. This was a great episode. I'm not going to give it a 10, but I will give it, you know what, I'm going to give it a 9. And I know that's high, but I'll explain myself as I'm going through the video. All right, today is the last day of the month. It's Tuesday, January the 31st, 2023. I hope if you had to get anything done, you were able to do so. So Adam Huss is the new Nicholas. We all figured that. And that's why they were like, it's cool, Nicholas, if you want to go ahead and go, because we got somebody to replace you. It's cool, Marcus. So he is the permanent Nicholas. Now he goes with Carolyn to visit Esme, right? And she already have it, she don't really want to do this. She hasn't agreed to do this yet, because y'all know he wants her to pretty much brainwash Esme, or you put her under and erase her memories and everything, and to make her permanently forget that he and Elizabeth held her prisoner, right? So while he's doing this, Carolyn just lets him know, I'm not 100% sure. Now she sees Esme. She didn't know this girl was pregnant, right? So she sees Esme and they're talking and everything. And I don't know, y'all. I love this version of Esme. She's real sweet. She just wants to know the truth about herself. She can't believe she could have done these horrible things. But she just wants to know the truth. And so when she sees Nicholas, she's like, oh, you're my baby's grandfather. Because she believes she's pregnant by Spencer, because Spencer kind of implied it when he saw her or whatever. So then she talks to Carolyn, and Carolyn tells her what she thinks is going on. And she says, so you can help me? And Carolyn is pretty like, I'm gonna talk to you later, best of luck. And she tells Nicholas, I'm not doing this to this girl who is pregnant. And he says, well, if you want to help Elizabeth, you will. And she's sick of Nicholas. She is honestly sick of Nicholas. So then we see Nicholas goes back in and he talks to Esme, right? And he tells her, you said something that was strange to me, because she asked him, did I make the psychiatrist upset? He said, no, she's fine. And he said, you said something strange, that you called me the grandfather. And she said, yeah, you're Spencer's dad. And he was like, Spencer is not the father of this child. And she said, oh, bummer. She thought she had found her child's father. He said, no, you have, and that child is loved and wanted and will be cared for. And she was like, well, who is it? He said, the child is mine. It's mine. I said, child, here goes Nicholas, Lord. So then we go to Michael and Austin. Michael is helping Austin get prepped to go in for surgery, because you have to put on the gowns and the gloves and the hair nets and everything, because Willow is very susceptible to any kind of germs and everything, because she has stage 4 leukemia. Plus, anytime you're going into major surgery, you need to be prepped. So, Austin is trying to relax Michael, because he's uptight about everything. So then we go, and Willow is talking to Elizabeth, and she's just reassuring her about the surgery and that everything is going to work out fine. Everything is going to work out fine. So they go into the surgery. That is a healthy baby. I love me a healthy baby, but she has a beautiful daughter. Everything goes great with her, with the delivery of her baby. And so she tells Michael, go with the baby, because I don't want her to be alone. But they haven't even named the baby, because they were so afraid to even think about it, that they didn't even name the baby, right? And so then we see he goes with the baby, and Willow is talking to the doctor. And I said, doctor, you don't see that this girl is a little bit out of it? And so then Willow starts to crash. And so as she's crashing, they're telling her, stay with us, stay with us. And then we see Willow says, we have to be careful, take care of Jonah. And they said, Willow, what's the date? And she said the 4th of July. And they're like, And so then we see Willow turns her head, right, and Harmony is there in white saying, it's okay. Well, I said, Willow. Listen, Willow, I know you out of it, girl. But if you see Harmony in white and stuff, you this is Susan Banks on Days of Our Lives. It's a demon. Cause ain't no way Harmony is in heaven. I'm sorry, I said it. I said it. There is no way Harmony Harmony is in heaven. She used her last dying breath to keep a mother from her child by telling Carly, don't let her be around Willow. She didn't use her last dying breath to repent. I'm sorry. I had to say that. Girl, don't go to this light. But anyways, that's it with them. But they say Willow is under contract, is in negotiations, so they're supposed to be putting her into some kind of coma until they work it out. And y'all not right talking about, yeah, let her die in the car. I said, these are these people's jobs. Y'all wouldn't want somebody at your job like, yep, go ahead and fire them. Y'all wouldn't want that. But anyway, I mean, I don't like Weeping Willow either. But I wouldn't want her to lose her job because they don't want to pay her. Anyways, child, so all that's going on over there, right? I couldn't believe they had Harmony in white. I said, y'all not finna play me. Harmony is not in heaven, child. That woman, like, her last day, she was trying to kill somebody. That woman didn't make it. I'm sorry, she did not make it to heaven. Anyways, then we see Carolyn and Elizabeth, right? And Elizabeth's like, oh, she said you need to get some rest. And Elizabeth's like, what can I help you with? And she says, nothing. I'm here to help you, baby. She gonna tell on what Nicholas is trying to do. Then we go over here to Curtis and Drew, and they get ready for this wedding, y'all. Oh, and I looked. The wedding is supposed to start February the 10th. I'm ready for that Friday. Child, I'm ready. So, anyways, the run up to this wedding, if you don't really like Curtis and Portia and all them, then you're gonna be disappointed because that's where I'm gonna spend most of my time because I am intrigued and I have been waiting on this storyline. And baby, when they put legs up under it, they got this to moving, and I'm here for it. So Curtis and Drew, right now they picking out tux for this wedding we about to have, right? So they picking out their tux and everything is going good. They like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's that time. And Curtis was like, I appreciate you being here because I know you didn't have to be here and everything. You got a lot of stuff going on with your family. He said, nah, man, I'm gonna be here for you because I'm the best man, right? So I'm gonna be here for you because that's what we're supposed to do. So they get to talking, and he says, Curtis is like, well, how is Willow? And so Drew starts telling him everything about Willow, and he was like, with her mother, Nina, and Curtis said, because y'all remember Curtis is real good friends with Nina, right? So he was like, wait, Nina's her mother? He was like, yes. She said, I don't know if you know this, Drew, but Nina had put me on the case to find her daughter, and that's how I found Phyllis. And he was like, no, I didn't know that or whatever. He was like, yeah. And he was like, you were the person who found out Willow and Nina had this relationship, this connection? He said, no, Carly. And Curtis was like, oh, Carly, huh? How she found out? How did she find out? And so Drew was like, Harmony told on her deathbed. Y'all remember I told you Harmony didn't have time to repent, but she had time to do this. He said Harmony told her on her deathbed. And Curtis said, wait a minute. That was months ago. And so Drew said, yeah. Because Drew kind of telling it, but he don't really want to tell it because he know how Curtis is going to feel about it. Y'all know how Curtis feel about secrets and lies. So he was like, yeah, that was months ago. And he said, and so Carly held this secret the whole time and didn't say anything. She kept Nina from her child, from her family. He was like, yeah. And then he said, well, what about your investigation? You were looking into Willow's parentage. And he said, she was hindering it. She wasn't trying to help me do it. She was actually sabotaging me along the way. He said, Drew, don't tell me you forgave Carly for this. He said, I know, I'm glad y'all didn't start that relationship because Carly's Carly. Baby, Drew said, yeah, it's not gonna be about this. Let's just not make this about us. Yeah, listen, I look good in this suit, don't I? And Curtis was like, yeah, you look good in this suit. But let's go back to Nina because he said, you know what? For those of us who are Nina fans, for those of us, because it's few and far between, child. And when we do raise our voice and say we're Nina fans, you got all these people want to jump on us, jump on us. But for those of us who are Nina fans, it was nice to have somebody defend her that wasn't us. I was like, yes, Curtis, because I can't stand you sometimes, but yes, defend your girl. But he was just telling Drew, man, Carly not right. Like, and she always do this kind of stuff. And he said, don't tell me you forgave her for this. He was like, and I'm glad you didn't start a relationship. So Drew had to kind of be like, it is what it is with Carly. And he said, you forgave her? You what? He said, I don't know. He said, if somebody kept that kind of secret from me, that's a life altering secret. If somebody kept it from me, I wouldn't be able to forgive him. I said, baby, just keep getting ready for your wedding. That's all I need you to do. So then we go over here to Aunt Stella and Jordan. And baby, when I tell you this, I should have gave it a 10 because Aunt Stella was giving it to me today. So Aunt Stella is talking to Jordan and she said, Jordan, why we got to come in private and talk? And Jordan said, because I don't want a lot of people hearing. Well, it is what it is. We don't have to talk in front of all these people. It's a busy hospital. There's a lot of stuff going on. So Unsella said, So tell me, Jordan, why you so interested in the DNA test, what do you call it? The 23 and Me, somebody said, why are you so interested in all of that testing? And she said, I was just, and she also said, Jordan, because you was grilling me about it. Trina said you asked her about it. So what's going on? Okay. Because I was like, make this make sense to me because I understand, but I don't understand. And so Aunt Stella said, so why are you so interested in it? And Jordan was just like, I was just curious. It's more of an investigation and all this. And Aunt Stella said, investigation into what? And she said, like, wow, but no, you're focused on me and Trina. So why are you focused on me and Trina? And Jordan was trying to let it go, but also said, you know better. You know better than that, Jordan. You know I'm not gonna let something go when it is what it is. Now tell me what's going on. And she said, do you think I have like a relative? She said, but that's not the case because my relative that hit in Port Charles, we realized that wasn't the person. It was a glitch. And Jordan said, well, Tisha and I was wondering about that glitch anyway, because it's rare that they have those. So that didn't make sense to us. This is Jordan talking to Aunt Stella. That didn't make sense to us. I said, Jordan, go on and tell it because you saying it without saying it with your sneaky face. Why are you doing it like, I don't know. I don't know. If you figure it out, you figure it out. But I'm not gonna say it so you can figure it out. But anyway, child. So she's like, I don't know. And so Uncle said, now come on, Jordan, give me the truth. She said, we don't have a relative here. She said, because there was a match in Port Charles, but then it went away. And she said, well, that was around the time Trina said she did a match her senior year, which is around the time I did my DNA testing and everything. And she said, not DNA testing, but 23andMe tested and everything. And she said, and once I did it, my relative in Port Charles went away. She said, so are you saying I have a relative here that we're related to someone here? And Jordan is like, her eyes is down. I said, Jordan. And then she said, who does it have to do with? Because who is related? Is it Trina? She was, and so then she was like, wait, Curtis and Portia? Does it have to do with Curtis and Portia? Because she said it's not her directly. So she was like, would it be Curtis and Portia? And Jordan looked down and Aunt Stella said, wait, Jordan, are Curtis and Portia related? I said, Aunt Stella. Aunt Stella. What? Recalculate that in your mind. That ain't making sense. And Joy said, no, baby, Aunt Stella had me dying when she said that. She thought that was brothers and sisters or something, or some kind of distant cousin about to marry. They're about to be kissing cousins. And so she said, oh, God. And she said, well, wait, I don't understand. If they're not related, and I was the match to it, she said, it couldn't be Taggart and it couldn't be Portia. She said, so Trina, how would I be related to Trina? I'm not related to anybody. Or I'm not related to her dad. And then Portia just keep looking down, and Aunt Stella said, unless Trina's father. And then the light bulbs went off because she realized that Trina's father is Curtis. And she said, baby, I'm telling. And Portia said, you can't tell this. And she said, why not? And Portia said, "You can't tell this on Stella because we don't have proof." And she said, "But you think it, or why would you gather evidence or whatever?" Which Portia, I mean, Jordan, that is the truth. Why were you gathering all this evidence if you weren't gonna say nothing? She said, Curtis knows about this and he's still going through with the wedding. And Jordan said, "Now, do you really believe that if Curtis knew about this, he would go forward with the wedding?" She said, "No." So that means Portia hasn't told him. And she said, "So Portia confirmed this with you?" And she said, "No, I suspect, but she hasn't confirmed anything." And so Aunt Stella's like, "Well, what are we going to do? We're going to have to get a DNA test." And she said, "What?" Because Aunt Stella said, "I'm not going to be up there and marry this girl to my nephew." And she lied to his face, playing all up in his face. I said, "Are you right, Aunt Stella? You right, because I don't understand what Portia's doing, but this wedding better happen because I want all this to happen at the wedding." But anyway, so Aunt Stella said, "We're going to get a DNA test before this wedding." I said, "You perfect. Perfect. And y'all get the results the day of the wedding. So you can go in there and blow it up." Oh, I'm so excited about this wedding. Am I toxic? I might be toxic when it comes to this, but I'm so excited about this wedding. But baby, when Aunt Stella started putting them pieces together, she said, "I can't hold it." And Jordan told her, "Well, you better hold it because it ain't my secret to tell and it's not yours." And she said, "And you might think Curtis wants to know, but what if we tell him and it's not true? Because it's a possibility. That ain't she's his daughter. And do you know how he'll feel towards us if we tell him that and it's not the truth?" I say, let it go. And I said, "Well, we're going to get this DNA test one way or the other." And I said, "Well, get it and bring it to the wedding." So then we go over here with Jocelyn and that was my 10, y'all. That's really the reason I gave this soap a 9 because, baby, when Aunt Stella was putting them pieces together in her mind and and Jordan was looking down, saying something without saying something, I said, okay. So, anyways, we go over here to Joss and Trina, and she's telling Trina that she and Cam broke up and that what are you doing at the hospital? And Trina was like, "Well, I'm here to support Spencer because Britt died." And Joss was like, "Oh, I might stop by." I was like, "Well, you should. Like, she died protecting you. I mean, that's the least that you could do." But anyways, excuse me. Trina just says, "I'm sorry about you and Cam." She said, "Oh, Spencer told you?" She said, "No, Cameron told me." And she said, "What did he say?" And she said, "He didn't say too much." And Josh breathed in that sigh of relief. Excuse me. But she said, "Spencer says there's more to this story than you're letting on." And she tells her, "I'm going to tell you about it later, but now is not the right time because Willow is everything's going on with her." So she tells her about that. Trina says, "I'm sorry to hear everything's going on, but everything will be fine, right? Everything will be fine." And she was like, "Yeah, my new niece is coming in to the world today." And so she asked her about Spencer, and she said, "Spencer and I are just friends. That's all we are right now." But anyway, they're gonna catch up later. It was nothing too much to that. So then we go over here to Ava and Spencer, right? And Ava giving Spencer a note because she said, "You still trying to take your daddy down?" And he said, "Yes." "You said you might help me." She said, "Did you talk to Trina like I told you to?" He said, "Yes, she doesn't approve, but she'll support me." And she was like, "All right, I'm gonna give you this piece of paper." And she was like, "Okay, what is it?" And she said, "It's a web address. And once you watch this video, Spencer, you're not gonna be able to unsee what you see. So once you watch it, you gotta be you. If I give it to you and you watch it, it's gonna change your life forever." And he said, "All right. Well, if it's gonna help me win custody, it's worth it." And she said, "I'm telling you, once you watch it and you go on the warpath with your father, you won't. There's be no coming back. He'll be your enemy." And she said, "It's fine." And he said, "What about you? Are you having second thoughts?" She said, "Because you're afraid he'll know where it came from." She said, "Oh, he'll definitely know where it came from, but I don't care about any of that." And she said, so she gives it to him, and Trina comes in and she sees it. And so Trina speaks to Ava and they talk and yada, 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 or whatever. And that was the end of that. And so then Trina talks to Spencer and she says, "What Ava give you?" And he said, "Hmm." I said, Spencer. And he said, "Okay, I'm gonna tell you because I don't want any more lies between us." He said, "She gave me a piece of paper to go to a website, and once I go to this website, she said I'll have all the ammo I need to put my father, get full custody of the baby." And she said, "Spencer, that's dirty. That sounds like it's gonna be dirty." She said, "I love me some Ava, but she can do some dirty tricks when she want to get what she wants." And he was like, "I understand that." He was like, "But I got to do what I have to do to try to get this child away from my father." and she said, "Are you sure you want to do this, Spencer?" And he was like, "My father doesn't need to raise another child." And I said, well, "Hell, child." And so then, excuse me. So then, he tells her, I'm going to watch it, and I just need you to support me." That's all he wanted, is her support. He said, "Even though I know you don't understand it and you might not like it, I just need you to support me." Because she was like, because he was telling her, "I need someone, to protect this child and make sure this child is okay." And she said, "Well, who's gonna make sure you're okay?" And he said, "I thought that was your job." I said, "Y'all stop playing with me." These two are too cute. Y'all stop playing. He said, "I thought that was your job." And physically, they're cute together. Like the height and everything. I was like, this is a good little pairing. Because I know I had questions about this new Trina at first, but baby, she came and took this role. But anyways, so she said, "You're not gonna be the only person watching this." So he said, "Okay." So they go and watch a child. And it's Nicholas confessing about what he did to it. Well, it was Ava who did it, but he's confessing to Ava that he did it, because remember, he was so in love with Ava and didn't want her to leave him. So now they had that. And so Trina looked at Spencer looked at Trina like, God dang. And so, anyways, y'all, that was General Hospital today. I'll give it a 9. You guys tell me what you think in the comments. Y'all, when I tell you I'm so ready for this wedding, yes, keep pulling it together, keep doing it, because I am ready for this wedding. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for an all new episode of What Happened on the Soaps General Hospital edition. Goodbye.